What's up? What's up? Welcome to Woman's Worth Wednesday. What's up, y'all? I'm just going to give y'all a few seconds to get on into the chat. Yes. Okay, I see y'all coming through. Hey, sis. I see Yaz in the building. We got my twin in the building. We got my cousin in the building. Okay. Hey, twin. My cousin sent a request already. Hold on, cuz. Hold on. I got music playing in the background. Just want to make sure it ain't too loud. Make sure. What's up? What's up? Hey, favorite cuz. All right, we just want to get started. Listen, the devil tried to not make this happen today, just now. The technical difficulties. But we here. Women's Worth Wednesday, episode 2. Last week we talked about bravery. How we're going to choose courage over... Shit. Messed it up. I keep messing up on that. But how we're choosing courage, okay? That's what we were talking about last week with the topic bravery. We had Katrina in on there. She was in the chat. Me and her was chatting it up. And among all of y'all as well, too. Having a great convo last week. So y'all can see that in my live series section. It's titled Women's Worth Wednesday, so y'all can definitely check that out. So I'm just trying to wait for y'all to come on in, but we just want to get started. We want to get on in. So Women's Worth Wednesday, it's a platform for all of us women to unite and to uplift each other, to motivate each other, and to just adjust our crowns, because sometimes we have to adjust each other's crowns, not even just us adjusting our own. And it's an interactive show. We all just chatting it up. It's chill, not nothing formal. We ain't in no suits, and all of that. It's just us chilling, chatting it up and talking. So, house rules, like I said last week, all positive vibes. All positive, no negative. No negativity will be blocked on site. So, and I'm true to that. Also, men are welcome. This is a no bashing men zone. We ain't in here to, to be throwing them under the bus and all that stuff. This is about us, okay? But if the fellas want to come on in and they want to, adjust our crowns too and speak on it too, that's fine too. But I only could talk about what I know. And what I know is being a woman and my work. Okay? So, let's get into it. The topic for tonight is boundaries. So, like I said, last week was bravery. This week is boundaries. This is a topic that is dear, dear, dear to my heart. This is something that just throughout life, even being a child, I have had kind of difficulty with. I'm not going to lie, setting the boundary. As a kid, I didn't know that it was called boundaries. We ain't know. But, yeah. So let me read the actual definition of boundaries, because I ain't just going to be throwing out meanings of stuff. I don't want people to think, oh, that's just her opinion. No, let me read the actual definition on boundaries. All right. So the Google definition is a line that marks the limits of an area. A line that marks the limits of an area. So boundaries is a limit. It's a limit. Limitations. So for me, sometimes boundaries is it can kind of weigh negative and positive in a sense, like for me. And it's like, I guess, not even just for myself, I've noticed with other people as well too. When you think about boundaries, you kind of think of like, I gotta check this person, or I gotta check that on site and all of that. especially if it's like when you're trying to create a boundary with a loved one. It could be your mom, your sister, your brother, your father, your cousin, your best friend, whoever. When you're trying to set that boundary or that limit with someone. Because it's someone that's like, that vulnerable person that's dear to your heart. Because when it's a stranger and you're trying to set a boundary, it's easy as hell. At least I can speak for myself. Easy as hell. Like, it's like, no, not doing it. Nope. Like, if it's that your job, say your direct deposit in your bank account on Friday, when you open your eyes, best believe that morning you calling your job or you gonna walk up to your supervisor on site when you see your supervisor like, sis, where my check? Direct deposit been flowing every Friday. Every time I open my eyes in the morning, I check that account. What's going on? You gonna go check it. But when it's like that loved one, someone that's like, ooh, in the center of your heart, it's like we get a little timid, get a little passive aggressive, get a little, like, no, it's all right. Or we make up a lie or something, and we just like, it's all right. I don't want to do this, but maybe knowing damn well you're behind, just don't want to do it at all. Instead of just lying and just, why we gotta be like that? Why we gotta be like that? It's the loved ones that just like, that we just wind up just lying. It ain't you, cuz. My cousin like, it ain't me. But, so sometimes it's like that can kind of, I guess, if you will, like a negative light in a sense, because not necessarily the word negative, it just make you feel a little like uneasy. Like, you gotta like have a boundary with a loved one. Yes. She says, saying it's okay when it's not to avoid conflicts. That's exactly what it is. Like, you don't want to, like, you're trying to avoid, like, having a back and forth or, like, hurting the person's feelings, But boundaries can be positive, though. Very positive. Not saying that's not positive. It is positive. It's just boundaries, just period. Boundaries with yourself, boundaries with others, but it's positive. Because you're setting a boundary to complete your goals. You're setting a boundary to, just to have time to focus or to get into your routine and all of that. That's what you're setting the boundary for. At the end of the day, it's for your better good. You're actually protecting yourself and you're standing up for yourself. And if anyone can get with that, especially if you're saying it really respectful, well, you don't even have to say it, necessarily respectful because it's about you. If I said no, I said no. No is a complete sentence. It don't need no explanation. If I said no, that's it. But I'm choosing and kind of, guess, giving a common courtesy and being respectful by giving you an explanation, saying, no, I don't want to do this, or because, but you don't gotta even have an explanation. Why can't people just accept the no? That's the part that just be like, ugh. But like I said, you set boundaries to really give yourself, it's really for your peace. It's really for your peace. And there ain't nothing wrong with that. Because you is your most biggest, supporter. You're your most biggest person that's going to, if you can stand up for yourself, people got to respect that. Come on. So, tonight we're going to have one of my favorite people in the world, Yaz, come in and talk. And I asked her yesterday, one of my sisters, to come in and speak a little bit about limitless possibilities. Because I want to kind of talk about boundaries more in a positive way, not so much of, like we got to set a boundary with this person or that person because of that, or we already kind of, we know that, but I just kind of want to bring it, a different perspective, more so the boundaries with self that we, need to set or lift. And when I say that, kind of society's expectations upon us, society, they say that, the whole white picket fence, you got to go to school, you got to get this degree, you get married, you have the kid, you do this. Listen, my millennials out there, We doing stuff different. We started stuff a whole different way, okay? Some of us was like, Some people took like what they call like a leap year or something. When you take off like a year of school and then you go back to school, after a year off. Some people didn't go to college. They just went straight and started working. Some people just hustle, not in a illegal way hustle, but some people just, kind of started their own business and stuff just from the gristle, like from the mud, started their business. They ain't go to school. And when I'm saying this, I ain't trying to promote people not to go to school and get an education, because you can definitely get an education without necessarily going to college or trade school or whatever, you will. Because I've seen some successful people that have not necessarily went to a 4-year college, or some people that just went to a trade school. Some people just literally worked from when they was like 14 years old all the way to they like, work whatever position or internship, and just like work themselves up, especially in like the human services field. Like you got that internship when you was like 14, 16 years old, you in high school and you working, what? You plugged in. And then you got, the whole societal expectations of everybody should have kids. Some people don't want kids. Some people don't want kids, and that is fine. And you should not feel bad because you do not want a child. Okay? And guess what? You'll be happy. And, so I almost said something else. But you'll be happy. Let me look at the comments. Yes, Katrina, you talking about as a former people pleaser, setting boundaries was a must. Move on if they don't like it. Period. And that's actually period with a T. Okay. Yes, welcome everybody. Talking about boundaries and limitless possibilities. Hold on, make sure I ain't exiting nothing out. All right, we good. But yeah. So people, talking about, not people, society talking about, you need to be doing this, or if you didn't complete this, you ain't great, or you ain't successful. Success is your own definition. That's my belief. Success is whatever you make it. Whatever you believe success is, and you did that, you're successful. Bottom line, period, with a T. That's what it is. But so I want to bring in one of my favorite people, my sis Yaz. I'm going to bring her in. She's going to be talking about limitless possibilities in terms of herself and her amazing son, Jacob. So Jazz, you can definitely come on in, sis. I'll bring you in. Right before I said that, she's like, period, to what I said. With a T, tons of T's, okay? Did you get it, guys? Hey, girl. Hey, sis. Hey, look at you looking cute, girl.
Oh, well, you had me on here. I said, I'm going to have to do my makeup.
Yeah. Hey, thank you so much for coming out and chatting with us. So we talking about boundaries, but we're kind of going at it at a different way than the most average way of boundaries, in terms of like you got to set that line, nobody can cross it way. We're going at it in terms of limitless possibilities, that we all are limitless. Right. And society always put these expectations on us, saying that we're successful, you have to complete college, you have to be a doctor, or you have to have a baby, and all of that, married.
Yeah,
all of that stuff.
Right.
All of that. But honestly, it's about your peace. Like, you need to, long as you're happy, that's what success is. Long as you're happy. All of that, what society says, that does not matter.
Don't you feel like it's like being in high school, but in a bigger, how in high school it used to be like certain cliques or certain clubs, certain sports or whatnot. I feel like that's how we are as society. Like it's still certain things make you popular, certain clothing is, it's just,
Yes,
I feel like it's just a bigger, like high school pretty much is what we're,
exactly. I absolutely agree with that. And so I want you to talk about your amazing son, Jacob. But before you start, I just want to kind of introduce you a little bit more. So Yaz, I call her the mama bear. Okay, Yaz is like the mama bear extraordinaire. Okay, her amazing son, Jacob, he has autism, but they try to put expectations and limitations on him. But Yaz said, listen, I want to get to know my son.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I want to get to know him and I'm going to choose. I know my son. I know his worth. I know I am going to choose and see what's good for him, how his personality, does he react to, all of that. And still taking heed to what the doctors,
Right.
say
Right.
in moderation. But Yaz was like, no, I'm Mama Bear and this is what it is.
Mm,
So talk a little bit about Jacob, especially with it being the last week of Autism Awareness Month, right?
yes, it is. So
It's the last week. Go ahead.
yeah, so Jacob has four different diagnoses. Autism spectrum disorder, level 2, there's 3 levels, level 1, level 2, level 3. Each one it's not necessarily whether it's severe or mild or anything like that. It's just the level of support that insurances will give to each.
Mhm.
So, level 1 is kind of where, yeah, they need some support, but it's not, it's okay. He won't need as much. Level 2 is going to be, okay, we need to increase his support. Level 3 is, yeah, we need to go a little bit harder with therapies and whatnot.
Mhm.
So with Jacob, because he wasn't talking, right?
Right.
He's not talking by a year, I believe at a year, they wanted him to have 15 words or so. By the age of 2, he was expected to have 200 words.
Mm.
So that's a lot, especially for children like Jacob. Jacob was home with me his first year. I stayed home with him, and then he started daycare, and then the pandemic hit. So he didn't really get the school environment, right? Because I'm
That hands-on.
really not a teacher. I props to the ones that are teachers because no,
Yes. Woo!
no.
I could tell you. Yes.
Yeah.
My best friend says the same thing. Listen.
So
Okay.
doctors have specific milestones that he needs to be talking by this. He needs to do this by this time. And Jacob doesn't do that. Jacob really tries. You see his effort. You see him trying to do stuff, but he does it on his own timing. So he wasn't talking. So we did start speech therapy at a young age.
Mhm.
But with that, he was also diagnosed with global developmental delay, which puts some children don't start walking until maybe 2 years old. Jacob started
Mhm.
walking at 10 months. So that already is a difference.
See?
You see how it's like
Mhm.
they have it categorized a certain way, or they
Yep.
they can't sit up. A lot of babies with global developmental delay cannot sit up. Jacob was
Mhm.
sitting up by the time he was 5 months, so he was
Wow.
on par with those milestones, but he
Mhm.
was still diagnosed with global developmental delay because he's not speaking.
Right, right.
And then he
Wow.
was, yeah, and so then he's also diagnosed with pica, which is a eating disorder of non-edible foods, like non-edible items. So
Okay.
since he also has sensory processing disorder, he
Mhm.
likes certain textures. He likes the way they feel when
Oh, yeah.
he gets that input. So according to doctors, you know, he's already past the mouthing stage, so he shouldn't be
Mhm.
putting anything in his mouth. He should already know the harmful, because children by the age of 3, they already talking, carry on conversations, they know this is a crayon, we're not supposed to eat it.
Right.
Whereas Jacob is like, I like the way it feels. I
Yeah,
like
he's just thinking of, I like the way it feels. He's not thinking like, this is a crayon. No, I should not be ingesting this. It's just, I like the way it feels. That's it. He's actually being present. He's being very present.
so that's how I like to explain it, because every child on the spectrum they are so different. You will not find two children that do the exact same thing. They're all so different. And I feel in going through the sisterhood and the program, I be in tune with my emotions. So that made me want to also be in tune with his, because
Right. Yes.
he can't tell me. I could only read body language, right? I could only read his behaviors and stuff like that. So that's why I'm like, you know what? I understand scientifically and medically and this and that, recommendations, but at the end of the day, I need to do what I see in front of me.
Right.
At the end of the day, that's what matters. I don't care if they say, well, he's 3.5, he should be potty trained. He's not.
Right, exactly. And that's perfectly fine. He's his own person. Everyone, just like someone that's not on the spectrum, doesn't have autism, like me and you, we're two different people. There's certain things that you like, or certain things that you do that I don't do, and vice versa. It's just treat everyone like a human being. Like it doesn't, and it's just because they're under this umbrella, autism, they immediately have to create a box, and this is the only box you can pull from.
Right.
This is the autism box, and this is the box that's not autism, and boxes every freaking where, and that's crazy.
But they like to, a lot of people have this misconception that autism looks a certain way. If I see this child and he's not smiling, in a daze, he doesn't socialize, he this, he that, then he must have autism. No, some children are introverts and they get social anxiety. They like to be around. My son is on the spectrum and he smiles, he laughs, he plays. So we get it a lot where they say like he doesn't look autistic. Autism doesn't have a look.
It doesn't have a look, right?
So, it's something biologically. But he's beating, his milestones and doing that at his own pace.
Yes. And that's as he should. No
matter what, because it doesn't come easy. He has to work harder for it. Whereas something comes naturally for us, it doesn't for him. That doesn't mean he should be celebrated any less. But
absolutely,
society sees it as a whole different thing, and it just blows my mind. And I'm glad that I'm in the mindset where I'm at now, because I'm really in the point of like, screw the standards. What you think is success, because I know we're successful in my household every single day.
That's right.
And it's amazing how I think we get so caught up in, I want to be successful, I want to do this, but are you really doing it for yourself, or are you doing it for other people because their their limits?
Right. Yes. And like every day, I love that this whole month you post every day, and it's so unique. Like every day you're studying and you're getting to know. I feel like every day you're getting to know your son every day, and just something new. And it's so refreshing to see. I love that every day. I don't see every single post every day, but I'll get to learn something, something different. Just get to know. That's why I always say learn about Jacob, not necessarily about autism. I'm getting to know Jacob, so it's been so amazing.
Yeah. And like I said, he has good days and he has bad days. Before, I was a probation officer for substance abuse. So I had to learn how to read body language, because if they were high, if they're coming down from their addiction, I had to read body language. And it really prepared me to be able to read Jacob, not knowing that the task that I was going to be given,
Transferable skills.
And so now I read him, like today, as a matter of fact, he came home a little bit whiny from school. So I'm like, okay, something's not right. I told my husband, he's a little bit whiny today. And
Mm-hmm.
that's just, he wasn't acting like himself. Well, he ate a quesadilla yesterday. And children with autism tend to have irregular bowel movements. So they get constipation a lot. So a lot of them are on medication. Some of them,
The keys.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
some of them have to take Marilax like 2 or 3 times a day, because of the issues that they have already on top of dairy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I noticed that he was kind of fussy a little bit. And I told my husband, well, I think maybe because he hasn't used the restroom. And sure enough, he ended up using the restroom later on and he was acting fine. So he can't tell us, my tummy hurts, I don't feel good, I need to use the restroom. You just have to read their body language, But
Yeah.
in that, since he's so picky with food, I still consider it a win because he tried a quesadilla yesterday for the first time and loved it.
Yep.
That's a win.
Oh my gosh. And the thing is, it's just, you sound like other mothers. Like, kids that are mothers, kids that are not have autism, you sound like every mother. They're getting to know their kid. Like, kids are picky, period. So I really, oh my gosh, this is awesome.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of Jacob.
No, like I said, yes, there's boundaries and milestones and stuff that society puts on them, but he is such a fighter. Every single day he tries to sing songs. He's singing gibberish, but you hear him in tune, screaming at the top of his lungs in front of the TV, trying to sing and stuff. And I'm proud of him. Like, no matter what, I feel like he gives us strength to keep going and to be courage, like the courage
Yes.
that you were talking about last week.
Courage over comfort. Yep.
Yes, because he goes to therapy. He tries new food. Sometimes he'll try new food. If he doesn't like the way he looks, he won't try it. But I feel like he shows up every morning brave, puts on his his cape, and he's ready for the day. And that's because he can't even talk. He doesn't know how to verbalize what he wants.
Yeah, so he has to literally show you, like especially if he gets frustrated. Like if you can't speak, you're going to, I guess, quote unquote, act out.
Right.
If you cannot speak. And I remember you had mentioned something on our call one time. Just if you see a kid like just falling out in the store or something, don't just automatically just start being his ass. Just you have to actually talk to your child, actually see what's going on, especially if your child is just randomly doing this,
right.
Too. So I remember you said something about that. I'm like, that's true. You see a kid, that's falling out, be kind to that mom. That mom is probably going through it.
Yeah.
The kid could have autism. You never know. Just be kind. Don't judge. Don't talk about them.
Yeah. Ask
all of that.
if you want to be involved, ask, like, is there anything I can help you with? Do you need anything? Does he need anything? Because I think as a society, the minute, as it is, like, older generations think the younger generations are spoiled, and we always get A and stuff like that. So when you see a child in the middle of the store throwing a tantrum on the floor, you're like, oh, he's being a brat. But you don't realize that it could have been the lighting of the restaurant. It could have been a sound. It could have been a food that he tried, and all of a sudden it triggered him. There could be so many different neurological, internal battles that they're fighting. And because society has this image or has this vision of what something is, that's what it is, and it could be incorrect,
Right.
And I went through it myself, a couple weeks back with Jacob. He got cut, his finger got cut, and he was screaming his head off, and we were trying to put the Band-Aid on, and he didn't understand why he was having something so tight on his finger.
Oh, that's right. He doesn't like constriction, right? Okay.
Yeah. So how do you explain to him, you're bleeding, we need to put this on there with medicine, and he's screaming, and we're just getting stares from people. I had to actually say, he has autism. He doesn't understand what's going on. At that point, everybody jumped up. What can we do? How do we help? We have a first aid kit. Do you need any more? Like,
Right.
but I had to explain myself. Remember, you were talking
Mm-hmm.
about that in your last call about having,
Yes.
why do we have to give an
Explain.
explanation?
Right, right.
So it all like ties into like, it's just all connected in all aspects.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and
Yes.
hard. It's really hard because it's like, why do I have to tell you every single time? But as a society, we have these set,
Mm-hmm.
visions or what it's supposed to be like.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Wow. And it seemed like too, besides Jacob, you've overcame a lot of the societal boundaries and limitations and stuff right along. It's like you two are on a journey together,
We,
like side by side, and he's learning himself. He's like, Mom, I don't know what the hell's going on with me. Can you help me? And you're right there, you recognize, and that's commendable. Like I always say, you're Mama Bear. I have you saved in my phone as Mama Bear. FYI. I do. I'm like, Mama Bear, and I have on the side, yes, Mama Bear.
yeah.
Especially after just every day, just posting everything about Jacob. And yeah, let everybody know how they can reach you. Just, if they have questions, just about not even necessarily autism, just like how are you coping with being a mother? You
Right.
know,
Yeah. I have
yeah, just
3 children, a 14-year-old,
mhm.
a 7-year-old, and then Jacob, 3.5, all boys. So you can imagine how
The house is
hectic.
crazy.
Yes. Oh,
Yes.
um,
And I remember you had said, sorry, not the just really quick. You had said that Jacob had one playing with your other son, right? I think one of your posts they were playing, and I think you went to like some type of event or like an arcade or something.
uh-huh.
And Jacob, he was playing with your other son, trying to keep up with him,
Oh,
and he
yes.
he did so great, and he actually like surpassed like what society would have said, and he just needed like a second to himself afterwards, like just like cool down,
Yeah.
right?
Right. So we had gone to, for those that don't know, it's called We Rock the Spectrum. And it's
Okay.
a gym strictly for those that need, like, it's like a special needs. So a lot of it is sensory. So they have trampolines, they have a zip line for those that need that. They have like rolling pin slides because they like the bumps on it.
Oh,
Uh,
that's cool.
so they have a bunch of sensory seeking type of toys. And so Josiah, my 7-year-old, loved the zip line. So he was like going on it and going on it. And so Jacob copies Josiah a lot. That's another thing that a lot of children with autism can't do is
Mm-hmm.
like imitate, and they have to go to therapy for that. Well, Jacob is opposite. Jacob imitates everybody, like
See?
imitates
Yep.
everything. So he started getting on the zip line, but he didn't know when enough was for him. Like he still doesn't know how to regulate his stimulation.
Okay. Yeah.
He went on it about the same amount of times that Josiah did, and that overstimulated him so bad. He was throwing himself on the floor. And when he gets like that and gets frustrated, he'll take off running. They call it eloping. He'll take off
Mm-hmm.
running from wherever he's at because he's so overwhelmed. So
Mm-hmm.
he took off running. And so we had to assign to him, are you all done? And he's like, all done. And he was crying, but he was interacting and everything up until that point, which a lot of children with autism do not do. They kind of
Wow.
stick to themselves. So he's
That's
his own person.
amazing.
He, like, there's certain things that he does that, oh, okay, yeah, I can tell about autism. And then there's things where you're like, no, he interacts, he has a blast, he laughs, he communicates in his own way. So he beats, I think, a lot of milestones than what their, society
Yeah.
based on.
Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That is so amazing. Check him out. Oh my gosh. And how old is he again?
He turned 3 in November, so he's about 3.5.
And he's only 3 and already beating the odds
Yeah.
that's put upon him.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's the goal. I mean, we just want to learn as much as we can. I'm always open to recommendations. If anybody says, hey, this worked for my child, we're open to trying anything to help him be successful no matter what. This is something
Mhm.
that's not curable. You just, with therapy, you become better at speaking, better at socializing, better at, whatever it is that are his target areas. But I'm
Right.
always open. I'll tell my husband, hey, so and so recommended this, let's try
Mm-hmm.
it. I'm always buying from Amazon, and he'll be like, can you hear me?
Hold on, you froze for 2 seconds. I hear you now.
Are we good?
No. Okay. Good.
Okay.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll just tell him, hey, I ordered these new candies that are supposedly good for sensory seeking for Jacob, or and we're always trying different things, and some things he likes and some things he doesn't, and we literally take it like that every single day just to help him be successful, and screw what
Day by day.
he be doing according to medical terms. We don't go off of that. I take it day by day. We get through the day and see what milestones we can celebrate that day.
That's right. That's how you do it. That's right.
And I think we should do that more often. I don't think we do that enough
Yeah.
for ourselves.
Yeah. Right. You're right. Absolutely right about that. Yeah, just to really just see, not necessarily look at what the other person is doing, just really just look and stay in tune with ourselves. Like, this doesn't work for me. So even though it works for her, I'm not going to do that. It doesn't work for me.
Exactly.
So definitely can learn from you and Jacob for sure.
Yeah.
But let everybody know where they can reach you at, if they have any questions, or just to follow you.
Yeah, I'm at Be the Change 143 here on Instagram. My favorite quote is "Be the change you wish to see in the world." That's why it says "Be the change." And then on Facebook, I'm actually under Cruiz, Cruiz Yaz.
See if I
And
can pin it.
if you want to follow me on Facebook, I've been posting every single day of Autism Awareness Month, which is April, about Jacob. So you can go there and just scroll my timeline, catch up and read about Jacob, see pictures. I post random other stuff about autism. But yeah, this is the last week of Autism Awareness Month. So I'll still keep up with Jacob's stuff, but I'll go back to, posting other stuff as well.
Yeah, I love to see it. We all love to see it. Keep going. Yes. Thanks, Yaz. I appreciate you.
No, thank you. Thank you for letting me come on and just, talk about Jacob.
Yes, of course. Anytime.
Thank you.
I'm gonna let somebody come on in
Yes,
too.
ma'am.
Thanks, yeah.
How do I
Talk
get
soon.
out here though?
You just exit, like you have to exit on your end.
Okay, I'm gonna try it. Hold on.
Boom. You got it, girl. Hey y'all, welcome. The people that I didn't see yet. What's up? That was Yaz from Texas. Yaz actually lives in Texas. And she came and stopped on by, talked about her amazing son Jacob, just killing it. Just killing it, going against the odds. What? And I even saying odds, like just killing it. He just killing it. And pure example of limitless possibilities. Anything is possible. Pure example between him and Yaz. Yaz said, listen, I know my worth. And because she recognized her worth, she was like, I'm going to get in tune with my son. And, hey, cuz, you can request in now. I know you tried to request in earlier. Thanks, Yaz. Yes, do me a favor and type in your IG and Facebook name in the comments, and then I can pin it. Yeah, if you can, if you're still here. That's right. Yaz said, don't let anyone set boundaries for you, and that's a fact. Anybody else want to come in? Because I got the questions. I got the questions for y'all. Listen, like I said, this is interactive. This ain't the Misha show, okay? This is the us show. Thanks, Yaz. Now hop in it. Oh my God, I just asked you to do this and I can't pin it. No, how pin stuff? I don't want to hit the wrong thing, yo. Y'all, I don't know how to pin stuff. That's wild. All right, so Yaz IG name, she's on here still. B, literally the letter B, the word then change 143. Be the change 143. Follow her on IG. You get to learn so much more about her. She has great stuff coming too, business wise too. So definitely keep following her. And her Facebook is Cruiz Yaz. So definitely follow her. Get in tune with it. Get in tune. Follow her and Jacob. You get to learn a lot about autism awareness and just especially if you're a mom out there. Listen, I'm not a mom, but I know a lot of moms. So you get to lean on each other and yeah. So anybody else want to join in? Now, Cassie, my cousin Cassie, now you asked to join in. Where's you at? I'm reading comments, What you say? You said I won't let you know. What? Mom, my IG ain't here. Hey. I ain't want to say too much time and be just like reading stuff. Thank y'all. And I just want to like actually read some of the comments and stuff that is in here. Just let y'all know I'm acknowledging y'all for the ones that can't necessarily request to come in. Yes, yes. Yes, Katrina said advocating is so important. Facts, it's true. Oh, someone said, thanks, Nina. She said, we love Jacob. He's such a blessing to our family. Oh, this is a family member of Yaz. That's amazing. I love the support. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Thanks for sharing your story. Soleil. All right, so Cassie, you said it says request sent already. What? All right, do it again. Try to request to come in again. Hey, Aunt Gina. I know you here. Jackie Brown is chosen. All right, we want to give it one more shot with you requesting in, cuz, all right? Now, hold up. I can request you in. Ha, just learn how to pin a comment. Listen, y'all gonna be with me through this journey when I learn stuff. Boom. Just pin Yaz's info. All right, I know y'all just probably looking at me right now. Oh, boom, here we go. My cousin.
I'll fix my camera. All my books and stuff. Sorry. Oh, I'm finally here. Hey, favorite cuz.
My favorite
Hello,
cousin.
everyone else.
My favorite cousin in Tampa, Florida, y'all.
Tampa, Florida.
Or
All the
out
way here.
the chat. I said came to chat with us.
Yes, yes, yes.
She from Philly.
I'm from Philly. Let's put, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
Look
get
at
that straight
you
first.
running everything down. I'm like, she from Philly. Her sign is a
215. 215. East Mount Airy. Yes. yes.
I can't. Oh my
Well, I'm
God.
so glad that you put this together. This is really
Thank you.
great, for us women to come together and keep, check each other and make sure our crowns are straight because they
Just
do
in
get a
each
little
other's
crooked,
crown.
especially
You
on
know.
Mondays.
Okay. And then Wednesday come and we just scrambling around. We gotta adjust them back, okay?
Exactly, exactly. But
Yeah.
first and foremost, I did want to give a shout out to Yaz. I really commend you and I really admire you, what you're doing with and for your son. That takes a lot of strength and bravery out here to be very attentive and generous and patient with your child. That's so amazing. And how we always say the world puts all these limits on us, especially children who have autism. And that's something
Mhm.
that people just really need to stop, especially in 2022. There's so many different advancements and treatments out here. You can't limit children like that these days. And
Mhm.
they end up surpassing a lot of kids who don't have autism sometimes. So
That's
I
right.
know that he's already great, but he's really going to be great as he grows because he had such a great mom like you. I can tell you're a really amazing mom. So shout out to Yaz.
Oh, I know she was probably like, "Oh
I mean, I'm a mom myself. I'm a mom of a
my God."
5-year-old. So, especially boys, She said she
Yes.
had 3 boys, I think. Yeah, I just have one. And sometimes I'm like, Lord, help me. Help me.
Yes. And
It's
Marcel, he
just
is
what?
amazing. My little baby cousin,
Yeah.
Marcel, he is the bomb.com and he is just like so sweet, so gracious. Oh my gosh, I can just go on and on about, I guess, the marvelous Marcel.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, he's being marvelous right now. I'm trying to keep him over there before he try to take over
I hear
here.
him in the background because if he know he was all out, he would definitely come over and be like, "Hey," and just start
Yes.
singing. And
Yes, he
yes,
will.
yes.
But yeah, speaking of boundaries though, one of the biggest things that I take seriously that I talk to a lot of people about now is it's hard sometimes for people to have boundaries when they don't know themselves at the core. They don't have that
Mhm.
inner peace at the core. They don't love themselves. And a lot of times
Mhm.
people go through life even from childhood. They dealt with so many different traumas. Some
Oh
kids
yeah.
didn't deal with traumas growing up. But at some
Mhm.
point in your life, you need to get to that stage where you try to meditate more, and just understand that the more that you put others' opinions ahead of your own to protect
Mhm.
your peace, you are going to be so stressed out. Because I was one of those people. You're trying to be a people pleaser, and you're
Right.
trying to be nice, and you're like, oh, it's
Mhm.
okay.
Right.
At some point in your life, that has to come to a halt because stress really messes you up. It shows in your skin, it
Yeah.
shows in your health, it shows
Mhm.
in your cholesterol. People's blood pressures go up, you know, all
Mhm.
because of something simple as not having a boundary because you're trying to be
Right.
nice and don't realize it's causing so much stress on yourself. So I think
Mhm.
it's really important that the very first thing that comes at the top is self-love. That's really, really important,
Oh, yes, that leads into
especially,
boundaries. Mhm.
yeah. But some people don't know how to do that. And that's why, it has come to an all-time high of people trying to go to therapy more often, people trying to meditate more, because people are trying to get um, to their highest self, and they're trying to
Mhm.
transcend to their highest self so they can get to a place where they step into the world, they step into society where they have all these different opinions of how you should
Mhm.
be, what you should be doing. Why aren't you doing this in your life? Everybody, like you said earlier, has their own journey, their own path. And what may be
Mhm.
success to one person is not success to another one. We're all
Absolutely.
human. Don't we know
Mhm.
by now in 2022 we're all human? If somebody likes spicy
Right.
food, let them eat their spicy food. If
Right.
somebody
Okay.
don't like it, they don't like it. Don't be just judgmental because we're
Yes.
all human, and no matter um, what people put on the surface, putting on this facade, you don't know what people are going through. and people can put on this phony smile and be judgmental about other people. They might be going through their own stuff. And I think us as women need to have talks like this more often so that we can support each other, you know, and you gotta have these boundaries. Social media, you gotta have boundaries on social media too.
Yes,
You
because
know?
all these augmentations, the BBLs, and you start looking at this person's booty and that person's flat stomach,
Exactly.
and then you see an actual real woman walking down the street, you know, body. You're like, oh wait, how? And then you probably start judging her, like, you know, because you're looking at social media so much. And you're like, you start thinking that this is the body. This is the body, you know, the standard, I guess, or whatever. And we start judging our own selves and start judging other women too because of it.
There is no body, there's your body. And you have to embrace what you have and realize there are also parts of you that other people wish they had. Everybody wants something from somebody. So you might as well love who you are in your own skin, you know? But again, in order to set boundaries, you have to know yourself. You have to set boundaries with yourself first. If you don't set boundaries for yourself, how are you going to set boundaries with other people? Especially, like you said, family. That can be hard. You're like, oh Lord, how do I tell auntie, or how do I tell my cousin this, or I tell my brother this? You have to set those boundaries so you can reduce the stress levels in your body and the way you think. You know, your thoughts are the forerunner of your actions. And my son is coming in to take over.
I knew it was a matter of time. I just
Okay, you can say hi to Misha really quick.
Hi.
Hey, Marcel.
Hi.
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 Okay. Okay.
Hello.
Yes.
But yeah,
oh my God. And it's like what you were saying. Yaz actually had brought a point too. She had typed in, she said, we teach people how to treat us. So if we don't treat us
I see
good,
it
why
now.
would that?
Yes, you have to have that boundary with yourself, and you can't teach other people how to treat you if you don't know how to treat yourself. You
That's
know,
right.
it all goes down to self-love. And again, a lot of people don't know how. And having these kind of conversations in the right support system to say, girlfriend, that's not right. Are you okay with that? Well, if you're not okay with that, then why are you letting it happen to you? And then you wonder why you're stressed out. You got to be gentle on yourself. Don't be so hard on yourself. And a
give
lot of
yourself grace.
times, yeah, exactly. Don't be so hard on yourself. And to be honest with you, I say this a lot. Life is simple, but people make it complicated. Life is really simple.
It is.
In general, because there are people going through some serious circumstances that they're kind of stuck in at the time and they can't get out. But for the most part, if you have the opportunity to make your life simple, why make it complicated? Oh, Casandra, can you come to I don't know, my party? If I don't want to go, I don't want to go. You ain't gotta be
like, it's just a yes or a no.
I want me time.
Right. And even if it's like family or whatever, it might be, you know, especially if someone say something last minute and like, oh, can you come by today, or you want to hang out, you want to do this, but you planned that day just to have a me day, just a mental health day, just you might want to take a bath, have a facial, read a book, whatever, just some you time where you can just binge binge on Netflix, whatever. But that's your me time, you know, and if you because of that, if you want to say no, just say no.
We need to do that more often. We need to learn how to say no instead of yes. We are too comfortable with saying yes. Well, I shouldn't say we're too comfortable. We're
actually
so
uncomfortable saying yes. Yeah.
We're really uncomfortable with it. And your body is just like, that's the other thing. I don't think a lot of people realize how that causes so much stress. I don't think a lot of people realize that the way that they think causes their stress too. And people are like, oh, I'm stressed out about this. Are you thinking about what you're thinking about? Start thinking about what you're thinking about. Is it really worth stressing over?
It leaves anxiety.
Exactly. So I'm going to stress it again. Self-love. You got to practice that. I don't care if
Self-love.
you take yourself out on a date. Go take yourself out on
Hmm.
a date. Go
Right. And
to
that's
the
whether you single or you not. Take yourself on a date.
exactly.
Take yourself on a
Exactly.
date, whether you is in a relationship or not, or just dating. Go on a date by
Exactly.
yourself, okay?
Exactly. Yes. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's
I'm cracking up. First,
okay. Someone's making an introduction.
guys.
Oh, I don't mess with that. Okay, go sit down. I'll be over there in a few. We're having girl talk over here.
He's like, oh, okay.
I'm trying to think. I had a few other thoughts too as everyone was talking and everything like that. But um, yes, I definitely agree with what Yaz was saying. You have to teach people how to treat you and through
Mhm.
action, not just
Yeah.
talking. You have to
Right.
show them.
Right.
You have to
Mhm.
show them. People don't understand talk. They like,
Right.
oh,
You have to show them. And
she's
you have to
just
be
joking.
consistent. And consistency
Mm-hmm.
is key because they gonna try you. They gonna try your
Mm-hmm.
buttons. So especially if somebody
Yep.
knows how to get under your skin, they gonna
Mm-hmm.
try you. So you gotta keep being strong and disciplined,
Mm-hmm.
consistent with that no. Like if you don't want to do it,
Yes.
no. Because some people may try to be like you, especially if you say no and then someone they're like, oh well, you sure? It's just for an hour.
No.
It's just, I know, no, it's so no. Oh, dang, if somebody try to guilt trip you, like, oh no, what? What? Oh my God, you can't do this, or you can't do. I'm like, now I really mean no. Hell no. Yes.
Go over there. Go over there. But yeah, the other thing I wanted to mention, I think I mentioned this already, but
Mhm.
I actually started doing practicing transcendental meditation like towards
Mhm.
the end of last year,
Oh yeah,
and
you told me. Yep.
when I say it's extremely helpful with like reducing your stress levels, it has been um, pretty phenomenal doing that. Put that
Yeah,
up
I gotta commit
there.
to it every day because I've been slacking. I was doing good with
It's not
meditation.
easy. It's not easy. When I first started, I'm
Mhm.
gonna be honest, I'm supposed to meditate twice a day, 20
Mhm.
minutes in the morning and
Mhm.
20 minutes like in the evening. And I always make sure I do it um before I eat. So,
Mhm.
but some days I've had, because we're human and
Yeah.
um, we've been through so much trauma throughout our lives that it's like you have to detox all that out, and it's not going to happen in one
Mhm.
shot. So when you're
Right.
meditating, your body goes through like this neutral state where it's like part of you is healing, and the other part is like,
Mhm.
no, I like being here. I like being in
Yeah,
this space. So that's the whole
you're used to
transition
it.
part. When you're not being consistent because your body's being used to it. But like a fun fact is that when you're sleeping,
Hmm.
your body is repairing itself. It's repairing all the stress that's going on in your body. But when you
Yeah.
meditate, your body's doing the same thing, but it's like 20 times more effective. It's more potent when you actually meditate and you're only doing it for 20 minutes. And
Hmm.
everybody can do their own meditation. There's different meditations out there. But the point is, I recommend doing some sort of meditation, even if it's just you sitting down reading your Bible and you just have your little 15, 20 minutes just meditating on your scriptures
Hmm.
or
Just
doing
quiet
transcendental,
time.
or just, doing transcendental meditation like I do, or if you do regular meditation,
Mhm.
you do
Now, what is that?
yoga.
You said what is it called? Transcendental?
Yes, yes. So transcendental meditation is technically like the original meditation that started like in the
Mm.
beginning of time. So
Mm.
basically when you like after a while it got a little commercialized where so many people were so stressed out, not just in America but all over the world, that they
Mhm.
had to quiet their thoughts. So the best
Mm.
way to calm yourself is to shut your brain up, shut your thoughts up. But
Right.
with transcendental meditation, they teach that you let your thoughts run when you're
Mhm.
meditating. Let your body do what it was made to do. Whether
Okay.
you have traumatic thoughts, good thoughts, or whatever, let it run because
Mhm.
you're not trying to have control over it. You're just letting it be. It's all about let it be. Just
That's
let
the
it
thing.
flow.
Yeah.
But when
Yeah.
you're forcing yourself to, I don't want to think about that. I don't want to think about that. You need to sit down and think about it to,
Hmm.
sorry, I thought he was crying for a second. um, you
Mama
need,
bear.
um, you just let it flow. You let your thoughts flow. And then eventually when you're in your meditative state, they start to
Hmm.
either go away and then you just have quietness. And it depends on the person. Me, I see, okay, well, go sit down a few more minutes. Thank you. For me, I see a lot of purple. And when I spoke with my I'll just say my meditation teacher,
Hmm.
you know, I don't know 100%. I don't have 100% knowledge about your chakras, like thorough, got it down
Hmm.
pat. But
Yeah. All the
the
chakras.
purple, yeah. So the purple is your chakra right up here at the top, which is like your
Your crown.
intuition and your
Hmm.
crown. Yeah. And
Hmm.
sometimes it means when you see a particular color,
Hmm.
that part needs to be worked on. You've been under so much stress that your body is naturally going through a healing in that area. Or if you're seeing yellow, it's the stomach area. It's really interesting.
I
Some
like
people,
that.
yeah, some people say, "Oh, you're seeing purple because you're so psychic and you're so intuitive." Yeah, it might be you need to work on it. You've been
Right,
going through too much stress.
right.
Yeah.
I
So
like that. Yeah, you definitely gotta
yeah,
type that in the comments too. So it's
I definitely will.
transcendental you said what is it called?
Transcendental meditation, and they actually have a few colleges out. And what's it, David Lynch? He actually put in $500 million to start an initiative of training everybody in the colleges transcendental meditation so they can teach everybody else and try to spread world peace, because he was saying there's so much violence and so much trauma going on in the
Yeah.
world that we need that, and not enough of us are doing that. We're so busy in our day-to-day lives that we forget to take care of ourselves mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. That comes first. If you can't take care of yourself, how are you going to take care of other people? How are you
That's
going to have a
right.
good energy around other people if you don't have good energy around yourself? So you gotta, we have to strengthen that. We need to do that more and be in the moment. Like Yaz was saying earlier, she's looking at what's in front of her. She's looking at what's going on right now. You can't
Mm-hmm.
be looking too far ahead, because you
Hmm.
can't get far ahead if you're not preparing yourself now. You want
Yeah.
to make sure you're making the right decisions now so you don't make, because it comes at a cost. Whatever
Hmm.
happens in the future is because of this decision you make right now.
Right.
So yeah, love up on yourselves, girls. Love up
Yes.
on
Meditation.
yourselves.
So self-love and
Self
meditation.
love,
But
because when you love
specifically
yourself, yeah,
transcendental meditation. That's
yes,
what, you know what, I want to start doing that because I've been trying to do my healing practices every day and all of that, but I want to incorporate that into my daily like to do like my meditations and stuff. And that's true because I did a guided meditation one time, and I remember
yeah,
the guy he said if you not try to control your thoughts. If there's thoughts that
yes,
passing by, just let
let
them
it.
be. Just let them
Mm-hmm.
be, let them pass by. And in my head, I'm kind of like, no, I'm trying to focus on this. I'm trying to focus, but he's like, do not try, just let it go. That's why it's called a practice. You
Yeah,
practice consistently every day or every other day. That's why it's called like yoga is a practice, meditation is a
mm-hmm.
practice. And you just continue to do it. And you start to notice that the thoughts become a little more like quieter
Yes,
every time you
because you're
do
getting higher and higher and higher to get
it.
to transcend to your
Hmm.
highest potential. When you're able to, the best way to explain it is, and the best way my teacher explained it also is that it's like the ocean. On the ocean, you have all
Hmm.
these waves, all the chaos and stuff. And when you meditate, you're deep, 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 deep down in the ocean, and
Hmm.
everything becomes quiet in the middle of the chaos. So
Hmm.
when you're doing that type of meditation with practice and when you're doing it on a consistent basis, regardless of what meditation, but when you're doing it on a consistent basis in your conscious state, what happens is when chaos start going crazy around, you're like,
Mm-hmm.
you're so calm. And that's the
Yeah,
place
you
you want to
start to
get
just get
to.
like, it's not even that serious.
It's
It's
not
not,
that serious.
I can move past this. It's not, and then you can respond more versus like reacting, like, so that,
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
I love
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I love
But yes,
that.
everyone, boundaries, have them, because ain't nobody
Uh,
got time for that.
yes, that's right. Okay. And let everybody know where before I say, let everybody know where they can reach you. So, my cousin, she's an amazing designer, okay?
Oh
I'm
yeah.
about to do a little commercial. She's an amazing shoe designer. The sizes that you do are 9 to 13, is it? Or is it 9 to 12?
Currently, right now, it's 10 to 13, but it will change to 9 to 13 once I start adding more styles.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be 9 to 13. So essentially, yeah, 9 to 13, essentially, yeah.
Okay. I guess I'm like, I only care about the 11. 11, big feet, team big feet, okay? All I care about is the 11
Team
now.
Big Feet, Team
Long band.
Bobos. No, I'm kidding.
And just a little sidebar. My cousin Cassie, she is the reason why I've always been very confident in terms of having bigger feet, in terms of societal expectations, big feet and all of that. But we don't got big feet. It's just our size. But
Exactly.
she's the reason because she always held her head up high when we were kids, when I was a little girl following after her and stuff. And she gave me my first pair of heels.
Yeah,
Okay.
your mom blames me for that still to this day. Aunt Manya.
Yes.
She said, "You cursed my child. You give her those shoes, and now her feet too big."
Yes. I
But she
know.
still
'Cause, yeah.
fly. Misha still
Okay.
fly. So now,
Yeah, still fly with my feet. Okay. My size 11s. Now what? But
but
yeah, not to
yeah.
want to say a sidebar, but because so she knows her shoes. She is an amazing designer. Okay. Since I was a little girl, she's been just designing, just drawing,
Oh.
and just, you know, that's why she's my favorite cuz, because I've always looked up to her. She's one of the top people I can honestly say that has showed me, what worth is. She's
Oh.
honestly
Look,
had.
I'm not crying on here.
Oh my God, I want to get emotional, but
But you have to. At the end of the day, what my grandmother always says and always has says is, it don't matter. But when you're younger,
Mhm.
you don't look at it like that. You're in high school, you're going through not just high school, but when you're a kid,
Oh,
especially
Christina
in
just
high
joined.
school.
Sorry, not to cut you off. Christina
Okay.
joined. That's
Christina
our other
Coles?
guy.
Okay.
Sorry, go ahead, cuz.
You when you're younger, you don't really realize how much it doesn't matter that you're unique or you're different or you're not doing what everybody else is doing. You just want to be a part of everything. And I think it's important that when we're younger, it starts at home too, is that you got to know your worth. If you're
Mm-hmm.
not into something and people at school say, "Oh, well, you're this because you're okay," I'll just find me some friends who roll the way I roll, even if it's just one friend,
Mm-hmm.
at least you are happy in your own skin and you're not trying
Mm-hmm.
to be like somebody else. And you're
Mm-hmm.
not going to be great being like somebody else. You're going to be great
Mm-hmm.
being you. And that's another boundary you have to have. Do I want to be like them knowing that's not what I'm really into just because I want to prove a point or I want to
Mm-hmm.
be popular?
Yeah.
No. And touching on that, yes, she said something that I always say as well. After high school, after college, grown people are still acting like this.
Mm-hmm.
It
Yeah.
doesn't matter. I don't care what kind of car you're driving. I don't care
Right.
I mean, if it's nice, cool. But I'm not going to feel like, oh, I wish I would have had that. because I don't know what they did to get it. I don't know what their real finances are like. People are showing off, trying to keep up with the Joneses, that, you don't know how somebody got something or what they're going through or what they had to do to get it. So be grateful for what you have. You can never appreciate the bigger things you have later if you can't appreciate where you're at right now.
That's right.
Be humble about it. So yeah.
And that's one thing about you. You always stayed in your own lane. You created your own lane. Like I've never seen you try to follow after somebody else or whatever. That's why I always followed you, because you wasn't trying to follow after somebody. That's why I was always up your butt. Okay. Always.
Well, it wasn't perfect though. And a lot of people don't want to admit it. We've all had insecurities. I've had my own insecurities, especially being probably one of the only tall people in school, and all the shorter girls had all the, had all the attention, and they look at tall, goofy Casandra. So I felt like an eyeball, But I always had that support at home. That's why I always say it starts at home. All parents are not perfect. We don't touch on every single thing. My parents didn't touch on every single thing. But one thing I can say is that they were always supportive and in my corner, as far as me appreciating myself, and they appreciated my talents and they praised my talents. And I held on to that. And I felt like as long as I had that, nobody could stand in my way, And when you are trying to go in someone else's lane instead of staying in your own, you're now distracting yourself, and you can't get as far as you really want to or need to because you're too busy looking over here. So you have to set boundaries with yourself. If I want to get here, I need to be like this, But gotta set those boundaries. Oh, and yeah, I'll share my shoe information since you brought that up.
Yes, please.
I wasn't even thinking about that.
That's right. Listen, we are on here. Look, we are here to chat it up and to adjust each other's crowns and all of that, all uplift. But also, if you have a business, you better drop your business, okay?
Sizablefootwear.com. SIZABLE footwear.com. I had to spell that because people put.
You gotta type it. You definitely gotta put it when you.
I'm gonna type it though.
We type it. You already know. Yes. Okay.
So yes, it's really. Try to work on having self affirmations for yourself, and it comes with practice too. Because I've had times where I fell off, and I was just like, oh, But you gotta show up for yourself.
You just gotta exactly keep going. Like my mentor, she always say, just continue where you left off at. Just continue where you left off at, and just keep going, because what happened yesterday does not even matter. It already happened. Just continue. You gotta keep it going, because you sulking and just like, oh, I didn't do this, I didn't do that. Think about how you can, move forward. How today, now, moving forward can be, better. How tomorrow could possibly be better. What can you do today to make it, tomorrow better?
Absolutely.
So, yep. Thank you.
I feel like I done took up. Lord help me. See, we talk too much. Me and you talk. We talk too much.
I know. I'm like, oh God, let me cut it down, because Lord, especially I get on my tangent how much I adore and love my favorite cousin. The reason why I love my favorite cousin, when we was little girls, we had sleepovers. Listen,
I know.
Because when she moved out of Philly, I was like, it was hard.
Look, I was like, I gotta get out of here.
It's funny.
I got a
I was
vision.
going to text you this. I found our picture right before you moved.
Oh my God.
You remember that? I'm not gonna hold it up too much, but the fact.
Wait a minute. Oh my God. That was definitely in the 2000s. I had a big white tee on with some Dickies.
It was right when you graduated high school. Yep. It was 2003.
Oh my! I remember that too. Like it was yesterday. Oh,
it says
it was in the mall.
It says me and Cassie, my favorite cousin and my best friend forever.
And that is true to the day we die in an afterlife. Okay, we're gonna be souls and still best friends and favorite cousins. But yeah, gosh, I was gonna say something else, but yeah, self-love, having those boundaries, show up for yourself. Show up for yourself. That's how I look at it. When I'm being too hard on myself, I have to remind myself, like, show up for yourself. And there's
Mm-hmm.
only one you. Why are you
Mm-hmm.
trying to be like everybody else? I'm saying that in general. There's only one
Right.
you. Nobody has your DNA but you. So be the best you that you can be so you can shine.
Mm-hmm. That's
Marcel,
right.
you okay? Marcel, you all right? It's like
Now he quiet.
too much.
Oh my
Show
God.
up for yourself. Have those boundaries and show up for yourself. But you can't have boundaries if you don't start there. And if you don't know how,
Right.
reach out to your peers, whoever you think is there, or at least they're in progress of getting there, and they can help guide you. And
Mm-hmm.
people need to pick up the phone more and talk to their friends and not be on social media so much. Everybody's like this now,
Mm.
scrolling, and they're getting more
Yeah.
stressed out and depressed because they're
Mm-hmm.
looking at what other people are doing instead of
Yep,
what's
I had
going
to
on in
give
their own
myself a
home.
break. Yep, I
Yeah.
turned off my notifications. I turned
Mhm.
it was just like I was also I was getting sucked in, like just just scrolling. You see one thing, somebody comment, then you gotta respond back, or then you see that all the memes and all of that. It's just like it's kind of overstimulating. Like
Yes,
it's a lot.
because the
So
system itself does not have boundaries. If you think about that
oh
too, speaking of
yes.
boundaries, social
Mm-hmm.
media does not have boundaries. I'm not talking about the people
Mm-hmm.
using it. I'm talking about the people who created it. They
Right.
designed it for us to be addicted to it so we don't get off of it. Think about
Mm-hmm.
if you're going on Google or Pinterest looking up new nail designs, or you're doing
Mm-hmm.
research about Black Lives Matter or something, or if you're looking up
Mm-hmm.
skincare, all of a sudden you're scrolling on your Instagram or Facebook, and you see ads for all the stuff that you were looking at because they want you to stay there. They don't
Right.
care about our mental health. I think I
Mm-hmm.
sent you a video with Viola Davis where she said suicide
Yeah.
rates with women has increased by 70, not 17, but
Yeah.
70% because of social media, of women
Mm-hmm.
looking at other women and their beauty and their
Yeah.
successes. But we don't
Mm-hmm.
know what's going on behind closed doors. We don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really important that since social media don't have boundaries, you have to be the one to have that boundary, you
Right.
know.
Yeah,
So
we got the
even
power. It's within. It's in us. It's
hmm
in us. You just
we
have to
all
dig
have
deep.
it.
And one way to
hmm
start with it is definitely take a break from social media, or just start with just turning your notifications off, and you get to see how much you yourself physically go in the app and just like
hmm
go in there, just go in there, and that'll tell you something like I need to at least take a break or just give myself a time slot. Like if you work
hmm
from 9 to 5, don't be on social media from that 9 to 5. Get on after. Try
hmm
to set a boundary, for yourself
Exactly.
with that. And
Exactly.
then I did that before, and it left room for so much.
You're going
Left
to be
room.
so productive. If you think
Yeah.
about before social media came out, I'm not saying, I mean, it's good, but it's bad too.
It's amazing.
But
Look at us. We're on here live. It's a good platform. It can
it's a
be,
good
but as anything
platform.
could be abused. Anything can be abused.
Yes, anything can
Mhm.
be abused. But if you really think about like when we grew up, and generations before us, we were so
Mhm.
productive,
Yeah.
actually going outside, doing things, interacting
Playing.
with people, which is actually how we're made. We're made to
Mm-hmm.
interact with people. Don't get me wrong, I'm an introvert extrovert,
Extrovert.
but
Me
a
too.
little introverted. But you still need to connect with people. I'm not saying you got to hug and touch everybody, but you need to have that human space where you're actually talking face to face with people instead of just going behind the keyboard or on
Mm-hmm.
your cell phone. We
Mm-hmm.
have to pay attention to that because it's really sucking
Right.
so many people in, and because they're not having that social media boundary, it's pouring into their lives. I've seen
Yeah.
some parents, they're not paying attention to their children
Right.
because they're like this, and then they're like
Mm-hmm.
mommy 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 mommy
Mm-hmm.
mommy 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 mommy
Yep.
daddy daddy daddy, and you're not paying attention, and then you
Mm-hmm.
don't realize how that's going to affect your children. And then what's the uh what was I thinking about? Your children absorb what you feed them. So if they see you constantly
Mm-hmm.
doing all the time, then that's what they're going to be doing.
Yeah, they're sponges. They're pretty much
They're
just they
sponges.
anything we do, they see, they know that, oh, this is okay. Or especially if you're just giving your kid a phone all the time, like, huh, just do this. Even besides like social media and stuff, I see a lot of parents, they may be like, huh, just take the phone and just shut up. I just don't want you in my face. You know, just take the phone and go over there somewhere or whatever. Not taking the phone and like giving to watch something necessarily educational or whatever. But here, play this game or watch this video because I don't feel like dealing with you or whatever. But now there's parents that do a balance. You know, I give you some phone time, an hour of phone time after you do your homework, some chores, or you know, we spend time together, read a book together and all of that. You know, it's moderation, you know, but
yes, you have to have balance. Like my son, he's not allowed to have the tablet the whole day while I'm at work. When he was younger and when I was going through my personal stresses that you know about, I just was like zoned out and I would just let him play with a little tablet. And then one day I woke up and was like, nah.
You started to notice, like, oh no.
Because I'm gonna tell you what the wake up call was, his behavior. I noticed he was becoming crankier. He was being too attached to it. He didn't want to do anything else. So I set that boundary where I said, no tablet while I'm at work. When I come home, you can play with it for a little bit, but not as soon as I come through the door. He was so into playing with it that as soon as not right now, go sit down. See, he hears me talking about it now. He's trying to come get it. So, so yeah, I set that boundary that, when I would come home, the first, hi, Mama, tablet. I was like, no, you're definitely not getting it because I don't want him getting addicted to it. You know?
Yeah. And you see your face. He's like, tablet. Like, he's like, okay, now she came in. It's like, no tablet. Hello. How you doing? How was your day?
Yes, it's so important, especially, it's bad enough that us as adults are addicted to it. If you think about this, when we're children, we absorb things way more than adults. So can you imagine a child starting with that habit as a child and they absorb it, how bad they would be in the future as we are, and we didn't have it when we were younger. Right. You get what I'm saying? Right. So I'm like, I don't want to put that on my child, and then he doesn't want to do his homework. He want to play video games all day. It starts at home.
Right. That is so true. That's with everything at home.
You gotta be a little old school with it, and you gotta start at home. You know, that's really important. So, right. Boundaries. Gotta put those boundaries.
Boundaries. Okay. It was something that. She had said that. What did she? She said sometimes I tell myself I have to do chores before I can get on social media. But that's a boundary you gotta have.
But you setting that boundary.
Yeah.
You gotta practice it. You gotta practice it. Because I tell you, especially, is she still a probation officer? But what?
No, she's not now. She used to be.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say that. Look, regardless what you do, when you at work all day, you come home, you like, I just want to lay down. You know, especially being a mom. You know, it's not like I'm gonna go work out and I don't have any kids to come to. Right. I can just do whatever. No, I come home. I already was working at my job. Then when I come home, I'm on mom shift.
Yeah, that's right. Different shit. That's right. Yeah.
You know, you like, as soon as I get in, I gotta wash up and take a shower real early so I can get myself prepared. We gotta eat. I gotta get him ready for bed. Then I'm trying to spend time with him because I'm not with him all day. I only have a few hours with him, you know, because I'm trying to go to bed early so I can get up early. That's a lot, you know, so that's another reason why you have to set boundaries, you know, for yourself, because it is going to trickle into your children. Anything that's going on with you is going to affect your kids, whether it's good or bad. They're watching everything. They absorb and they see everything.
Right. That is so true. Yep. Yeah. Thank you so much.
I'm gonna be quiet now.
Oh my gosh. No, you dropping them jewels, okay? You saying everything that we all need to hear. I'm learning a lot. I learned about meditation. Well, I know about meditation, but I done forgot the daggone word now.
Transcendental meditation. Now, I will be honest. I know when I
Mm-hmm.
first started doing transcendental meditation, you do have
Mm-hmm.
to you pay in the beginning for them to train you on a meditation, but it's only that one time because they're teaching you how to
Mm-hmm.
do it. And according to like how much you make, you pay
Oh,
or your
so you have
budget.
to, okay, so you have to go and I guess find like a mentor for it and like learn
Yeah,
about it.
yeah,
Okay,
you
because I was gonna go
yeah.
right to YouTube and I was gonna find, I thought I could type in transcendental meditation. I'm
You
just like, keep it
could.
real.
You really could. You could do it. You could do it yourself too, to be honest. But you basically you'll go. I guess you'll not. I guess you'll go to the
Mhm.
Transcendental Meditation website, and then
Mhm.
you'll see if there's a local site in your area. So there's somebody in your area. You might have, especially in Philadelphia, they might have
Mhm.
more than a few out there.
Okay.
And you reach out to them, and you do like an introduction to see how you like the Transcendental Meditation, and then you go to like a few classes. Um,
Mhm.
it starts on a weekend. It's like a four day course or something. So I went
Hmm.
like on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and I
They have
think
virtual
Monday.
option, the one that you go to
hmm
in Tampa.
Oh
Okay.
yeah. See, I'm a lifetime member now. So like I said, I
Mm.
only paid that one time, and then after
Mhm.
that, like I can go to as many workshops I want to, anywhere, anytime, virtual, overseas. I'm a member. So
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, I got to get
yeah.
into this. I done wrote it down and everything too. I'm gonna be on you. I'm gonna definitely be on you and everybody. I will share my journey. I will share the info wherever I'll start doing my transcendental
hmm
meditations at. I'll share the info and everything. But no,
You'll get emails. I get emails for like meditations that's going on like 2 o'clock in the morning or 3 o'clock in the morning. Like they
oh
have them
yeah.
all the time. Some people they meditate more than twice a day. They meditate very often, which is normal for like a lot of people who practice Buddhism and stuff, because that's very common.
Mm-hmm.
Like in India, they're used to that. Even in
Mm-hmm.
Vietnam, they meditate a lot because the guy who does
Oh
my
man.
nails, Steven, who do my nails, he's from
Ah,
Vietnam. He was telling
yeah.
me that he was all shocked when I told him, yeah, I meditate. He was like, you meditate? Black people meditate.
Yes,
Trying
right?
to say.
Okay. I know what you're trying to say. Huh? We get our meditation on. Listen, we want to be serene. We want to be calm.
Yeah, But yeah, he was saying that I told him I meditate twice a day, and he said he meditates every evening. But he said in his country they meditate a lot. You know,
Whew. Yeah, I don't know about I can commit
I'm not
to
meditating
a
that
24
much.
hour.
I don't have that kind of time in my day. But
Yeah. I
but
don't. I don't
yeah,
even have a child. Nah, I know damn well you don't either. You got a
it's got
business, a career, and a child. That's enough.
yeah. I'm trying to share the information while I'm on here.
So I'll pin it.
Here it is.
Everybody, I'm about to pin Cassie's info. She's about to put on Transcendental Meditation. So if y'all didn't
Okay.
get Yaz's information from before, you gonna have to scroll up because it's about to get unpinned. All right, hold on.
And I'm also putting in my shoe
Oh yeah.
handle also. Sizable footwear, making a statement. That's my line.
Yeah, sizable footwear, making a statement. And y'all, the designs is everything. So unique. I'm not just saying it because it's my favorite cousin, but listen, the designs, because she showed me the preview before she even released everything. Okay.
Mhm.
So I know. Okay. Everything. And soon I'll be getting my shoes. I can't wait
Wait,
to be
what you say?
strapped.
I
I
couldn't
said
hear
I'll be
you.
getting my shoes soon.
Oh yeah, yes, yes.
That was like a double ass shoe soon. I'm at my heels.
I don't know why you sound like that, but
Boots.
you sound like a
Yeah,
robot. You know.
I do, really?
Okay, you sounding clear again. Okay.
Okay. No,
Yeah.
say I'm going to be getting my ordering my shoes from you soon.
Oh, it's gonna be
Yes,
rocking
I'll be
the.
strutting in Philly with my sizable
Yes,
footwear. Okay.
yes. Oh yeah, I gotta. Well, I'll tell you that off live.
Okay.
Gotta say
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
Some
If you feel
information I
like
gotta
you feel
share.
hesitant, just tell me offline. I think I know what you're going to be talking about, but yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, y'all. So we going to head on out.
Yes, and I
And,
apologize if I took up some time and somebody else wanted to be on here. I'm so sorry. This is just
it's
my
many more
favorite
episodes.
cousin's little platform. Not little platform, no, I didn't mean it like
I
that. But you
know.
get
I
what I'm
know.
saying.
I
This is a
know.
big thing, and I really hope and pray that this is going to become like a big, massive thing because we need to have this more often. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And have
Yep.
people chime in, and I'm going to share your information with my friends down here or just random people like, hey, my cousin, she does a
Yeah.
live platform for women empowerment, and I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
share it. I'm definitely gonna spread it out. I'm gonna pass it to my
Thank you.
one of my best friends, Diana.
Yes,
The
I know
good I'm gonna
Diana.
pass it to her. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
so excited for this. I'm so happy for you. I'm so proud of you. Just
Thank
watching you
you.
grow from little
Aw.
Misha to grown Misha. You know.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Thank you. So
All
I'm just going
right.
to say some announcements. Well, you have to exit yourself out. I
Okay,
can't.
how do I do that?
I
Do I
think the little X is a little X at the corner.
Okay, if I disappear, I'll be back. Uh,
Oh, oh, there you go. Oh, good night, yes. So next week, still every Wednesday is Woman Worth Wednesday, and this is season 1. Last week we talked about bravery. You can go onto my page, Misha.Jean. Obviously, if you're here, you can go to like my series section to see episode 1 for bravery, and this episode will be up to boundaries. So tonight we talked about limitless possibilities. We had Yaz on here, and we had Cassie on here. Well, Casandra. I never call her Cassandra. I call her Cassie. But we had these two on here talking about different forms of limitless possibilities and implementing boundaries. And please definitely watch the replay on this. But I'm going to head on out. Thank y'all, everyone that came on here to support each other. Like I said, this is about us. This ain't the Misha show. This is about us. This is a chat. This is an interactive conversation. And I learned a lot tonight. I hope y'all did too. From Yaz and from Cassie. And yeah, I hope y'all learned from them, learned from me, and just hope you guys just took away something from this. I have pinned in the comments section what Cassie was talking about, transcendental meditation. So definitely follow that page. So I know I am. I want to learn so much more about this type of meditation. And so thank you guys so much. And next week's topic is drum roll is next week's topic is peace. 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 That is next Wednesday's topic for Women's Worth Wednesday. Thank y'all. Love y'all. Let's just keep shifting each other's crowns.